This is Michael Popok, Legal AF. You know who needs a bailout? Who needs a handout? Who needs welfare? Apparently, Donald Trump. That, according to the chief financial officer of Florida and a state senator representing one of my hometowns in Miami, Ileana Garcia, who decided to let's sponsor a bill to take hard-earned Florida taxpayer dollars that should be going for things like welfare and children and families and poverty alleviation. And let's just turn it over to Donald Trump because he got himself into a mess and committed crimes and got indicted and has civil lawsuits against him. Why not? That's what Florida wanted when it voted for all of these people. I'm going to put a pin in Ileana Garcia for a minute, tell you how she got into office. Now, how do I know this is all related back to Donald Trump and this PR campaign? On the day that Ron DeSantis bent the knee and showed fealty to Donald Trump after trying to sort of kind of bash him for the last year, that same day or so, or same news cycle, his chief financial officer, who he got into that position, and one of his state senators sponsor a bill to give Donald Trump a $5 million bailout at Florida taxpayer expense. Coincidence? Really? Let's unpack all of this. First, I want to tell you who Ileana Garcia is for a moment. She is, according to the website for the Florida Senate, she chairs, get this is going to be really important to my next point. She chairs the Children and Family and Elder Affairs Committee for the Senate of Florida. Remember that, Children, Family, and Elder Affairs. She represents, I think, District 36, sort of has a little bit of Miami Beach and then hangs left and goes west and goes all the way out to where Florida International University is and all of that, Sweetwater in that region. She barely won. I know she founded Latinas for Trump. I know that she was a deputy press secretary. Let's see, she was the deputy press secretary for the Department of Homeland Security under Donald Trump. But she won her primary, which basically by winning the primary, you're going to win the election by 34 votes. And that only happened because a crime was allegedly committed. A former state senator, ran and paid a person $40,000 who had a similar last name to the opponent for Ileana Garcia. They both had the last name Rodriguez, which is, Miami can be confusing. And lo and behold, he siphoned off the fake Rodriguez, who did not campaign at all. He just got his name on the ballot and just sat there as a dead weight candidate. He attracted 6,000 or 7,000 votes, siphoning it off from, I presume, the guy who was really running for office named Rodriguez, who was campaigning. And that was just enough, more than enough, because Ileana Garcia won by 34 votes. Now, there is a criminal case in prosecution of the former state senator and the other Rodriguez right now. It hasn't tied back to Ileana Garcia, but she did win as a byproduct of this crime, and somebody was helped by it. So we'll leave it at that. So now she's decided that Donald Trump needs a $5 million bailout. Now let me tell you a little bit about one of my former home states, or where I lived for 20 years. Here's the statistics, including in areas that Ileana Garcia is directly responsible for as an elected official and a state senator. It has a 14% of the population of Florida does not have health insurance. 12.7% live in poverty. 68% of that state does not have a college degree. So this is a state that desperately needs every dollar that it has to pay to get people out of poverty, provide them health insurance, and help them get the education they need to better their lives. And what do the chief financial officer, there's a highfalutin title, what does he do under DeSantis and sponsored by Ileana Garcia? They decide that the state can afford, despite those statistics, to take $5 million and send it over to Donald Trump. I got an update for them. Donald Trump doesn't need your money. I know this is a big, tambourine show to grab the immediate attention while DeSantis departs noisily, quietly, whatever you want to call it, and that DeSantis could at least say, well, $35 million on the way out, kind of thing. First of all, I'm not even sure, and I'll have to look at it closer, this is even legal under the Florida Constitution and the way the money is being spent. I mean, look, elected officials, Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Patronis, these are supposed to be fiduciaries, right, for the people of the state. They're supposed to spend the money appropriately, how they campaign, how they want. I doubt that Ileana Garcia, even in her district, which I'm sure is bright red, didn't say to them, hey, one day I'm going to give Donald Trump a bailout, the multi-billionaire. Are they not following the New York Attorney General case and the civil fraud case in New York, where Donald Trump took the stand and basically said he's worth $3 to $4 billion, that every one of his assets is beautiful and a masterpiece, like a rare painting, and that, you know, he's not in any debt and he's paid back all of his loans? All right, take him at his word. Why does he need, you know, $5 million ripped off of poor, starving children in Florida in order to pay his bills? I thought the grift that Donald Trump did against his own followers, and because he has a knack for separating them from their money, I thought that was enough, right? I thought that was the greatest con ever known. I didn't realize that states needed to bail out Donald Trump. How embarrassing. How embarrassing that you would even sponsor a bill like that. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should turn in your gavel, turn in your oath that you swore to uphold the Florida Constitution, which you have not. You violated it. And you should and level with the American people that you're doing it for your own personal power play in order to remain in power. And this group has decided that they need to genuflect and bootlick Donald Trump in order to pander to their constituency in order to remain in office. There's no other way to put it than to put it that. I was in Florida a long time, rubbed elbows with many a judge and politician. And so I've got a little unique perspective about what the heck is going on there, especially in a district that bordered the one that I lived in. And I can't tell you enough how embarrassed I am to have to report and analyze this. But I want that split screen up there. I want people to understand who Ileana Garcia is, what she purportedly does in her Senate seat for children, families, and elders, and how, with the numbers that I read out to you, with 12.7% of the state in poverty, she's decided a good thing to use the $5 million for is to help Donald Trump. Now, they try to hide it by saying, well, we're going to take it from the matching funds program related to politics, and we're going to let people sign up when they renew their licenses, and they can just check the box to have it replenish that fund. But what you're really doing, and what they're not being honest about, and where the lawsuit's going to come against this, that's going to be filed in Florida, is that the people that are checking that box at DMV for Florida don't realize they're putting the money in the pocket of Donald Trump. It doesn't say check here if you want your hard-earned dollars and money diverted from things like education, welfare, poverty abatement, and the like. You want it diverted to Donald Trump. Check here. It's not going to say that. It's going to say, check here if you want to donate $1 towards the Florida matching funds program for, political campaigns. And they go, oh, it sounds pretty good. I'll do that. Poof. Right? Why don't you explain it to them? And that's why kind of burying it and hiding it makes it a potential violation of the Constitution and the improper use of budgeted funds. We'll continue to follow. Hopefully, it has to go through several committees. But look, that MAGA right-wing Florida Senate is just, 98% Trumpers at this point. So this should fly by. If I were Donald Trump, I'd say, I don't need your money. I mean, please. I'll win fair and square, but those aren't words that'll ever come floating out of Donald Trump's mouth. But Ileana Garcia should be ashamed of herself, as should Jimmy Patronis, the chief financial officer. We'll shine a light on it. We'll do it right here on Legal AF and on the MeidasTouch network in one place, and on a podcast we like to call Legal AF. The title is exactly what you think. So until my next podcast, until my next Legal AF, this is Michael Popok reporting.
Thanks so much for watching. We're only a few subscribers short of 2 million subs. Please subscribe right now to the MeidasTouch YouTube channel for free and help us grow this unapologetically pro-democracy network.